Hey, what's up, my little title tellers? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are Prince William, it seems like you are hitting back at Jeff Father. Y'all, what am I talking about? If you guys don't know, William and Kate are rumored to be separated. Now, whether or not they're separate or not, that's not really the point of the story. The point of the story is they moved into Adelaide Cottage, a 4-bedroom. It's huge, but it's not like a palace. Because they thought they were going to get the Royal Lodge from Andrew. What's up, Sussex Squad? How y'all doing today? Y'all strap in. This is going to be a good one, okay? All right, so they thought they were going to get the Royal Lodge from Andrew. Andrew literally was about to show up, show out, and be like, I not go anywhere. I protest. God save the Queen. He was digging in his heels. Okay, then Kate started releasing. First of all, Kate outshone Camilla at her coronation on purpose with her little bedazzled sequins dance mom crown, right? Charles and Camilla, who were going to evict Andrew, screaming and yelling out of the Royal Lodge for William to live in. It's rumored because they say William and Kate do not sleep in the same room. Everybody sees his helicopter going back to Kensington Palace most nights, right? I wonder whose house they're coming from. And Adelaide College only has 4 bedrooms. Kate has 1. Each child has 1. William is said to be at the Royal Lodge, and that is the way that they were going to, just basically have their separation. Which, honestly, all of the royals do that. Marriage is just a sham for them. It's literally just in between, charging kids to play on Windsor Park. It's just a sham. Okay, right? But Andrew said it wouldn't go. When Kate started acting up, and by proxy William being like, we're now the Prince and Princess of Wales. We don't have to do anything you tell us to do. That's when Charles was like, well, guess what? You're not getting the Royal Lodge. Stay in little Adelaide Cottage. You got the stuff. Have fun, right? Well, guess what? It looks like William said, no, Papa, you have fun. Because guess what? Prince William told King Charles that he'll have to pay to stay at his beloved $1.2 million Welsh cottage and move out all his belongings, right? After his son put it up for rent for the holidays. You guys, he literally is turning his holiday cottage into an AirB&B, basically. Yo, Charles was stupid. You should have never abandoned Harry. You should have known this was going to happen. But baby, listen, I'm not complaining that the wolves are turning on each other and eating each other. Let's get into this. This is directly from the Daily Mail, so you know it's real. Prince William has told his father that he'll have to pay to stay as a guest at his beloved Welsh holiday home, and must move. And even if he does pay to stay as a guest, he has to move all his belongings out of the property. Yes, he has to move it out of the property. The king is said to be miffed after William, the new Prince of Wales, told his father that he plans to rent out the picturesque cottage, which Charles bought for $1.2 million in 2007 and lovingly restored. Now, let me just say this, right? If William, and that's what I mean, William and Kate are so greedy. If you didn't see my video on the fact that they did a play park on Windsor Garden, which in my opinion is effectively a private park, because they are charging each parent, right? Each parent must pay $16 American money to watch their children play. And they must pay about $20 American money for their children to play on a play park for 2 hours. In my opinion, this is the same people talking about the early years, parents need to spend more time. So that means a family of 4 must spend almost $100 for a 2 hours play. To which I said when that happened, you guys, this is nothing but a private park. When I was in the UK, I found that it was super odd in London that there are private parks where only members, usually rich people, can have access to it. Even though because that property is paid for, maintained, and funded by taxpayer money, right? They literally are creating a private park. They can't say taxpayers can't come, so they make it so expensive that only very, very rich people can come. And I bet you we'll find out that they didn't even have to pay. Okay? But here's my whole point. Kate's talking about the early years. What's his name? William is talking about ending homelessness. If you were really even that petty and not that greedy, why wouldn't you take it and say that you were going to turn it into a community library? Say you're going to turn it into a house that the public can tour, and all proceeds will go to a homeless foundation. All proceeds will go to a food bank. All proceeds will go to an early childhood education. I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, the royals don't care about anything but money. They are so vile and grubbing. At least in my opinion, William and Kate are. Okay? So anyway, the property, Linmerwood, on the outskirts of Brecon Beacons National Park, was bought through the Duchy of Cornwall, while William took over following the late Queen's death last year. You know, so funny, Charles, you should have literally all your beloved properties, you should have transferred or sold it to yourself. But you know, that's one thing about royals. They are not going to leave a penny on the table. They said Charles spent a week or two at Linmerwood each summer, but William has not renewed his father's lease. After September, it'll be available for hire as a holiday home, much to the king's disappointment, according to an insider. It means Charles must move his belongings and personal effects out. He's turning it into an Airbnb. They're saying it's a 3-bedroom house, a barn attached to the main house, which was renovated using traditional techniques and set in 192 acres of rolling countryside. You know what I do want to know? The royalists in the UK, they don't deserve anything nice. The fact that, but you know why they allow this type of greed, gluttony, debauchery, vileness, and disgustingness? Because in their minds, the royalists set the tone for they let the family set the tone for the best they could aspire to be. They literally are allowing all this because in their life, they want permission to be that vile, that vulgar, that money grubbing, that exploitive, that full of ish. That's what they want. And again, that's why, because I used to be like, why are they just letting this happen? Because they want to do it themselves. Especially like in America, the way somebody might let rich people do what they want. Because in their life, they're like, no, I might be rich someday. Now, they know they will never be blue blood, but they're like, oh, if they can do that to me, the little person, that means I can do the same thing to someone even smaller than me. Mind you, the royalists think anybody with melanin or from the wrong family is smaller than them. Again, I hope the people of the UK unite and start voting more to get the royalists and their debauchery out, because this is what they have in mind. God, they're so stupid. Anyway, y'all, let's get back into this. They're saying it's going to be marketed to holiday makers after September. 3 nearby properties owned by the Duchy are already let out. They're rented. The 3-bedroom North Range cottage is priced at $2,400 a week. Charles had restored his beloved house with the help of architect Craig Hamilton. Also, why are the royals allowed to take money for something the public financed, rebuilt, did all this? How they're so greedy. And William has the nerve to say he's going to end homelessness, and that money is just going to what? Anyway, right? They're saying the interiors were done by the Queen's sister, Annabelle Elliott, in elegant but rustic style. They renovated the cottage with many... In line with the King's wishes that the building is sustainable, there's a wood chip boiler providing heat and hot water on the entire estate. The King has chosen... Oh, who cares? He put roses, honeysuckles, all this other stuff. Where are we at with this? Such is his affinity for the place, the King agreed to continue to pay for the upkeep of the property, including the cost of hiring the 2 top topiary experts to maintain the manicured trees and shrubs on the ground. Last night, a royal source said the King was quite miffed, but that was the deal. It means he can continue to stay there, but he will pay rent to the duchy and the rest of the time will be rented out. The King has agreed to pay for the topiary upkeep as he doesn't want to see all the good work on the grounds go to waste. Okay, can I just say something, right? William wants to spend more time in Wales staying at bed and breakfasts and holiday rentals rather than any permanent royal residence. Can I just say this, though? The fact that William... Yo, this is who Charles sided with. This is who he wanted over Harry. This is the son he chose. You could have had Meghan and Harry coming over, Meghan cooking a nice little chicken, Harry like letting you play with Lilibet, right? But again, you picked the wrong side. I do know that Charles and Camilla is not going to let this go lightly at all. But at this point, what can they do? They already said that they weren't. It's literally the War of the Windsors. Literally. I just know that Charles chose wrong. Charles is an idiot. The amount of wealth that William needs is disgusting. It is vile. And I'm just really flabbergasted. Like, what are the UK people going to unite and literally like ban the royalists from voting? The fact that this is like the last gasp of a once mighty nation state. They're literally gasping at air, and this is the best they could do. Y'all, I will say, Prince William definitely got his dad back together. He did the same thing to him. William watched Charles do that to Harry and said, you know what? That is quite the good idea, Pa. And listen, woo, AirB&B, y'all. Listen, William and Kate finally started working. And let's be real, the work a royal has to do is just show up perfectly dressed and take pictures. They finally started showing up to take pictures. They are now trying to make sure that Charles gives up the throne when he turns 80. I don't know, he just might. You guys, let's keep an eye on this. I'm going to wait and see what happens because I know William released this yesterday with the Sunday paper, so it was in an uproar. So I know Camilla and Charles are going to hit back. If there's one thing that Charles loves, it's his organic duchy renovations, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, Charles, what did you expect when you literally got William commuting back to Kensington Palace every night because he don't want to sleep in the bed with Kate? Y'all, listen, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.